Hey there to all my beautiful listeners out there tuning in. Welcome to Fractured Poet, a podcast for all of you poetically insane individuals who love getting lost in the art of poetry. Podcasting from Ontario, California, I am your host, Katrina Wisniewski, just another person in the world obsessed with words, striving to make sense of it all. So today's episode, I will be reciting poems that are music-based. I had an episode or two like this early on in the podcast. I love writing poems about music, whether it's talking about a song I'm listening to, experiences I encountered at a concert, or how I react to a specific song or sound of an instrument. And with that being said, I will read you the first poem of the episode. However, this one does not have a title. As the music starts, she becomes overwhelmed, eyes glued to the stage, losing sight of her surroundings, as if she's the only one in the room. Guitars weeping with excitement, nodding her head to the beat of the drums, hypnotized by his voice as I watch him roam the stage, paying close attention, making sure she doesn't miss a beat. I wrote this poem back in May of 2017. This poem must have been written after going to a concert, or maybe it was just me remembering concerts I've been to and going off of that information. Writing poems about music, a certain song, or even writing about my experiences at a concert do not do the emotions any justice, at least for me. To be able to experience these things in person, to be able to attend live concerts and get super involved in everything around me, from people to emotions to sounds to anything and everything possible. I absolutely love going to concerts. Once I really got the concept of going to concerts, I was completely head over heels addicted. I couldn't stop going. I couldn't stop looking for concerts, whether it was local or well known. My memories consist of nothing but concerts. I love the atmosphere and the environment. In a way, it's a rush, especially if it's your first couple of concerts. Well, that's not entirely true. I can't really say that though. Any concert I go to, whether it was my first or not, I feel the same way all the time. For some reason, before a concert, I get butterflies in my stomach, almost anxious, excited. I love that feeling. It's the anticipation of wanting to know what it's going to be like, what the venue is going to be like, or how the evening will turn out. When I am at a live concert, I evaluate everything. I pay attention to every sound, every movement the band makes. Some have said that I look bored when I go to a concert. Like, why aren't you getting physically involved? Why are you just standing there? For one, I do get into it when I'm at a concert. Ask anyone who's been to a concert with me. I scream so loud you can probably hear me in the background of your videos or live Facebook sessions. When there's a guitar solo, I get super into it. The sound of the drums, if you look on the sides of my legs, I am tapping my fingers to the beat of the drums. I get super into it. I may not go and jump off the stage, crowd surf, or mosh, but that doesn't mean I don't get into it. So don't let that fool you. I love it though. It's a rush. It's mesmerizing, an experience that you can never not remember. The second poem I'm going to read is another no title. Blissfully tuning in as the piano keys play their melody, a soft tone created by delicate fingertips. To resonate such a sound that brings tears to her eyes. Harmonic notes carefully placed, contemplation seeps to the surface. Her mood shifts, becoming well aware, disengaging from the moment, losing all sense of serenity. So, I have to say that music creates this lustful infatuation emotion inside of me. You might think that my poems describe just that, but honestly, I really don't think I even touch on half of those emotions when I write poems. Sometimes I think that words can't always describe what a person is feeling. When I listen to music, something takes place that I cannot explain. The second I hear a song, whether it's for the first time or for the 100th time, those emotions, feelings never change or alter. It stays the same each time. To recognize the moment when a particular song or sound completely takes over your body, your mind, and your awareness, your mood instantly changes in a matter of seconds. You get drawn in and forget about everything around you. You then start to realize how quickly you can lose control. As soothing and hypnotizing that song or sound may be, you lose all sense of calmness, but in a good way. You suddenly let the music take control of your body and you just let yourself go. This is what music does to me. And again, this may not even cover half of my reactions, but it's enough to know how deep music affects me. And going on to the next one, this poem explains just that. Here is Bleeding Notes. It's the way you make me feel, sending chills down my spine. I can't take my eyes off of you. The sound that seeps through, held captive by your riffs. I feel as though I am about to lose control. With each note, so soothing yet breathtaking, you have me aching for more. Please don't stop. I pretty much just said all of this before I even recited this poem. The things that music does to me is insane. To listen to the most gnarliest guitar riff or listening to the beat of the drums in the background, I literally get goosebumps all over. It can be seconds into the song and I am completely paralyzed. It's almost as if no matter how high I have the volume or how hard I tap my fingers to the beat of the drum, it's never enough. Like, I have to do more. And to experience this during a concert is beyond incredible. I guess this is when a person can let loose and give in to whatever your body wants to do. But I am too chicken shit to attempt to mosh or crowd surf. I've seen too many things happen to people who participate in that stuff, and it honestly scares me, so I stay away from it. But to watch a band move to the sound of their own music on stage, to lock eyes if you had the opportunity in doing so, it's fucking amazing. To watch the guitarists go nuts on their guitar, shredding out those riffs like nothing, watching the way their fingers move as they create such an unbelievable sound, or watching the frontman of the band sing and scream their lungs out, singing and screaming along with them, fucking A, dude, don't even get me started. And the drums, how can I forget the drums? Paying attention to the movement of the drummer, intensely watching where the sticks will land as you tap your fingers to the beat, following every note. Just explaining it makes me feel like I am jumping out of my skin. It drags you in without you even realizing it. It's an addiction, a drug, and I am dangerously addicted. I can recall all of the concerts I've been to over the years, and I find myself wanting more. But moving on from one tangent to another, this poem that I'm going to read next does not have a title. So here it goes. The feeling you give me, the way you make me feel, I can't help but become obsessed. All I want to do is embrace your sound. Aching for more, I can't keep my eyes off of you. Drawing me in with your melodic tones, I'm not sure I can take any more. The resistance is unbearable. I must take full advantage. It's just you and me, and I need more, wanting to experience you at full throttle. As the volume intensifies, I close my eyes and listen closely to every single note. I don't remember which song I was listening to while writing this poem. It must have been a song that had me crumble to the floor. This poem describes the way I felt while listening to a particular guitar riff in a song. And as I have said many, many times before, the sound of a guitar sends me through the roof. I am instantly sucked in. I can have the volume all the way up and it still wouldn't do the song justice. It's not being experienced the way it could be. I love to experience and feel the sound of the music as I am listening to it. It's freaking crazy to see just how a song or a sound puts me in a frenzy the way that it does. There's really no other way to describe it. I feel like I am repeating the same things over and over, so I apologize if I am. But as I have said, there are not enough words to describe or explain just how music really does affect me. So there are two things I am most passionate about, as I've mentioned before, music and poetry. And the last poem I'm going to read does not have a title, so here it is. She closes her eyes, listening closely, trapped inside the melody. The sound of the guitars, the beat of the drums. She is addicted. Swaying to the tone of his voice, so captivating it hypnotizes her mind. Sending shivers down her spine. She wants more. Okay, I am starting to notice that some of my music-oriented poems sound the same, as in repeating or describing the same things. So I apologize if you have noticed the same thing and are tired of hearing about it. So I don't like being repetitive with things, but if I am, I totally apologize. But yeah, this poem is pretty self-explanatory. Like most of my other music-related poems, I was, again, probably listening to a song that really grabbed me, and it inspired me to write about it, especially the way it made me feel while listening to it. The sound a guitar makes, the screeching of its notes, and the insanely crafted riffs that back it up are breathtaking. I am not even sure I am using the right words to describe it either. The beat of the drums being played in the background, keeping the rhythm and time of the song. Oh my goodness, the motions I go through while listening to it is impeccable. And the vocals, whether it's singing or screaming, I am running out of words to describe. It takes me to a different level of being addicted. I can sit here for hours talking about music or a specific song I want you to listen to, like really listen to, wanting to know what you think and break down the song note by note, lyric by lyric, and get lost in it. It's absolute craziness. And as much as I want to keep rambling on about music, I am afraid that concludes the show. And to those of you who are always tuning in, a huge, tremendous thank you for sticking around and lending an ear. And even to those who are just joining in, I hope you liked what you heard and tune in next time. You can catch this and future episodes at anchor.fm/fractured poet. This episode of Fractured Poet was written and produced by me, Katrina Wisniewski. Music by Alternative Rock Volume 1 and Rock Electronica Volume 4 from freeplaymusic.com. You can also follow me on Instagram at Fractured Poet. And as always, thanks for listening, and until next time.